Hey, Tony Gaskins here. Now, want to touch on this here topic because there's a lot of confusion about it, and it's a couple ways to take it. It's a couple ways you can look at it and talk about it and work through it, and it always is misunderstood. It always is, for some reason, there's always a sector, a group of women that take it the wrong way and don't understand none of what it's talking about. And it come from the she devils. You got he devils out there, and you got she devils, but it comes from the she devils that always is trying to cause division. That's always trying to decenter men, decenter marriage. That want women to stay single and lonely, and want women to, because it sounds like this right here, and y'all got to think about it. It's kind of like the devil coming and saying, "Hey, because the food ain't cooked perfect, you shouldn't even eat. Like, why are you eating that? It's not Michelin star level food. It's not cooked to perfection. Like, yes, it's edible, but why would you eat something that's not cooked to perfection?" That's what these women be doing when they take the wrong angle of don't date potential. And it's because they don't understand what potential means. So now you starving to death because you don't want what's good enough. You want the absolute best, not realizing you're not the absolute best. That's the issue. So you got to date where you are, not where you think you are, not where you want to be. You attract who you are, not what you want. So once you start to realize that, you start to understand that, now things will start to shift for you, and it'll start to get you to a place the way you need to go. So you got to realize that if you dating who he could become and not who he is today, then this is what you have to think about, and the things that you got to weigh and consider as you dating him, because it ain't gonna be as easy as it seems. But what you first have to realize is that if anybody gonna see and believe potential, it's gonna be a woman. A woman naturally sees potential because everything a woman touches multiplies. If a woman get into a man business and his money goes up. What they say, a woman take a seed and make a baby. A woman take a house and make a home. A woman is a multiplier. So that's why you automatically date a man's potential by default, because you are created to see what can become, not what is. And God gave you that gift because he knows he didn't create a perfect man. He knows every single man, including Tony Gaskins and every other positive relationship teacher or life coach or speaker that you know out there, is a headache. If you could talk to our wives candidly and say, does your husband get on your nerves at times? Is he a headache at times? She gonna say, absolutely. But I still love him. It's more good times than bad. I know he don't mean no harm. But yes, there are days I want to strangle him and punch him in the eye and kick him in the balls. That's what she gonna tell you. If she could just be candid with you and not be judged. And you know how I know that? Not only because I'm a man, but because I'm a human and I study human behavior. And I know every single human is annoying. You can't get away from it. So it ain't even about just us men, it's about humans. Every single human is annoying. Just come with it. That's what you got to realize. So you always, 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 always will be dating a man's potential. It don't matter what you think you're doing. It don't matter how much money he got. It don't matter how much he pray and speak in tongues. You are still dating potential. Point blank period. It ain't no getting way around it. You cannot get around that. And so I need you to understand that. And once you start to understand that, then you're going to start to realize and get to a place be like, oh, okay, I see what you mean now. Now, here's the thing is there is a difference when it comes to the potential. It's a difference between, remember I talked to y'all about the difference between a dream and a fantasy? So a dream is rooted in purpose. A fantasy is rooted in pleasure. So what you got to realize and understand is that if you got a dream for who y'all can become as a couple, for who he can become as a man, who y'all can become as a couple, who you could become as a woman, that's going to be rooted in purpose. It's going to be something greater than his meat leg size. See, if you dating the wrong type of potential, then you have a fantasy. Your fantasy is that his Forex trading is going to make y'all rich and you're going to buy a jet. Your fantasy is that he's going to become this amazing man. And so you're going to stay with him because he's good in bed. And that's what's keeping you. He good in bed or he make a lot of money. But he actually right now is a piece of crap and a jerk. But you stand for the meat leg or you stand for the bag, for the money. That is a fantasy, not a dream. Dream could also be interchanged with vision. And that's what you have to realize and understand. And a lot of people don't realize that. A lot of women get that confused. And so there is a thing of being meatmatized, like hypnotized and that unties. There is a thing of that. But now I'm gonna tell you this right here too. Now, what I have to give a lot of women, not every woman, I got to give a lot of women credit for this, is a lot of women have left a man that was well endowed. And that's the misconception that men think. Men think that the only thing matters is having a nice manhood down there. But it's so many women that I done talked to that will say, hey, he was great in bed. It was amazing. Thing was right, perfect, but couldn't do it. He was too toxic. So I say, so I would ask all these women, and this because how men think and believe in what we've been made to believe. So I would ask all these women, so you mean, so you gave that up? So you gave up that power meat? You gave up that high grade quality meat leg? Like, yeah, I gave it up. Like, that ain't worth my sanity. That ain't worth my peace. I say, really? So you would rather be single than be with a toxic man who got good sex? And they be like, yeah, Tony, like, I'll be by myself. I'd rather be with a man with a little thing who gonna treat me right. And I was like, wow, that is so interesting. Because that is not what we believe as men. We think the end all be all is that meat leg. And so I remember talking to a woman who she was telling me about her two men that she was with. She was telling about her ex and her next, the man she was with. And she said, Tony, she said the last guy, he had a long thing, but it was like a pencil. She say, this guy, his thing is not as long, but it's fat and round. He got girth. Now, y'all got to understand that just relationship some of my clients have with me. Like, they just that open. And so I just, that mean I done create a safe space. I just let it be. I just let them talk because I don't want to have nothing that they can't feel comfortable with. So I just let them talk. I'm like, all right. Guess what? She left both of them. So I'm like, so neither one of them don't work for you. You don't want the pickle up. I mean, you don't want the pencil, and you don't want the eggplant. So what do you want? Want to be treated right. So that's what you got to realize. You got to understand. Is this a dream that you have for y'all, or is this a fantasy? What you holding on to and why? And once you get down and you really get down and you understand that, I talked to a lady. She said, Tony, I could never have sex again in my life and I'll be all right. I done heard multiple women tell me that. I'm like, man, boy, they really have misled us men to where we think if we got that meat leg, that's all that matter. You know what I learned about women is that some women, if they tired or stressed or whatever, they don't even want nothing. They don't even want to be intimate. That they got to be in a good mood, the right mood, got to feel good, got the mind, got to be in it, everything. I'm like, really? I'm like, boy, men, boy, we have a headache, chest ache, stomach ache, foot ache. We trying to climb off in. And so I realized how different we are as humans. Women are more mature than men. That's one thing that I need y'all to understand and realize. And that's the thing that a lot of women don't understand. You always going to be dating a man with potential because men are not as mature as women. Men are not as evolved as women when it comes to like life and details and the things and all of that right there. It's not the same. We have our strengths. Men know what we know. Women know what they know. Both genders have their strengths. And the beauty and the goal is to come together with those strengths. And that's what a lot of people, fail to do. And when you don't do that, it costs you. Now, what you got to realize when you dating potential is how long to wait. Now, it used to be, for me, it used to be 2 years. But now, because of dating apps, Instagram, Facebook dating, all of this right here, now it's 3 years. And the reason why I stretched it another year is because of this decision fatigue. Decision fatigue and paralysis by analysis. Analysis paralysis. Because now, instead of a man being able to see a handful of women, now he could see 1,000 women. So now I could pick up my phone. I got a woman, I got a wife, she the one. I could pick up my phone and I could go into Instagram and I could scroll and see 1,000 women. And in 1,000 women, I could see and also listen to videos. I can listen to videos, whatever, see vlogs, day in the life, and I could see 1,000 different ways of living, 1,000 different ways of thinking. That then makes the decision a whole lot harder. The same goes for women, because imagine a woman living with a man or being with a man and she get to smell his stuff, and then she come on social media and she get to hear me and other men talking with such resolve and whatever understanding and wisdom, but she don't get to smell our stuff. She just get to see our roses. She get to see our flowers, and then she get to see all of his dirt. So now she start comparing him to us. And she like, well, I want a man who think like this. I want a man who think like that, not realizing that we offset the way we think with our flaws that only our woman get to experience. So if our woman was able to see her man, she'll be like, ain't nothing wrong with your man. You judging him for the wrong thing. You judging him because you don't get to see my husband flaws. You just get to hear him talk. That's his highlight reel. You don't get to see his behind the scenes. And that's why I try to get women to understand. And this why I be ready to punch the punks in the mouth when they be talking about, oh, you be pandering, you be pandering. If I was pandering, then I wouldn't tell women that they delusional for comparing one man's highlight reel to another man's behind the scenes. If I was pandering, I'd come on here and try to pretend that I'm perfect and everything I say is right and I'm the only good man in the world. And if a man ain't just like me, then he ain't worth marrying if I was pandering. And see, that's where you're wrong at, and that's where you're dumb at. Swallow your teeth and shut up. And see, so this is what you got to realize. So that's why I upped it to 36 months. And guess what? 36 months still is not the end all. There's contingencies. There's extenuating circumstances. There are some situations where it might be 60 months, 12 times 5. It might be 60 months. You know why? Might be some type of med school, might be deployment, might be illness, job, moving, parental sickness, take care of the parentals. So there's extenuating circumstances that can stretch that 2 years to 5 years. But the thing about it is, while you waiting, you got to see progress. You got to see progress. You got to see growth. If you don't, then you getting finesse. Y'all got to forgive me because I'm up here at the same time doing my animation stuff. And that's what you got to realize. And so you're going to see that progress. Now, here's the thing that you got to think about is when this the sign when potential is becoming procrastination. That's where you got to be thinking now. When potential becomes procrastination, see what that is when a man is not growing, he's not moving forward, he's not doing what he's supposed to do, he's not stretching, evolving, getting better. So now you with this man and you like, okay, I'm gonna give him some time. And then he gets laid off and he's not really applying for jobs. Y'all 2 years in. He started to get on the video game. 2 hours turn to 4 hours. 4 hours turn to 6 hours. 6 hours turn to 8 hours on that video game. You like, hold on now. I play wow. Hold on, I play wow. Like you was on a job making 50,000 a year. You won where I wanted you to be at, but I'm like, hey, I ain't gonna be stingy. Like you're a good dude. I'm gonna rock with you. Now you get laid off. You get on unemployment. You get complacent. Now you on a video game, and I'm getting up, going busting my behind, making 70 bands a year, trying to get to 90, and you sitting here making zero, getting 60% from unemployment, and ain't putting in no application, but telling me you putting in application, but I know you ain't putting in no application. Cause you ain't went on now interview in the last 4 months, in the last month. So what's going on now? That's when potential is becoming procrastination. The other side of that procrastination is when a man is working He is trying to climb. Might not be getting a raise or nothing like that, but he is working. He got a stable job. He is there. And then 1 year, turn to 18 months, turn to 24 months, turn to 36 months, you still ain't got no rain. Finances is in order. Parents not elderly and sick. Live in the same city or might even live together. Might be sleeping together. But time keep ticking. And he ain't doing no picking. Tires getting kicking. And now he think he city slicking. But yet want to keep icking. And so you sitting there like, hold on. Well, we at month 39. Month 36 coming up mighty quick. You ain't even ask me what size my finger is for the rain. My goodness. You ain't even pretended to try to size a rain. And so that's what you think of. That's what you think of. So you got to realize that. Like that boy CJ taking leadership, boy. Love that there. I ain't gonna take nothing. That's the boys in the program in the group chat. So yeah, so that's what you got to process that, and you got to be able to and see you doing some deductive reasoning, but it ain't rocket science. Is he working? Is he climbing the ladder at work, or is he just in a good job to where he don't need to climb the ladder? Okay. Are y'all moving forward? Like, are y'all planning a wedding or to get married? Planning y'all future? Are y'all having future conversations and then taking steps towards it? If you're not taking steps towards the future, then the potential is becoming procrastination. He pump faking. So one of the lies that women believe is that all potential is created equal. Every man you date, you dating potential, but not all potential is created equal. Some potential, my college football coach used to say, there's a difference between potential and production. Woo! Well, listen, I had potential, but I wasn't producing. Every other player had potential. Some players produced, some of us didn't. So that's why the coach come up with the saying, what he said? He said, it's a difference between potential and production. I say, wow, okay. Look at here. All right, I see. So what you have to realize, and the last thing I'm gonna leave with you on this now, is what does real growth actually look like? What you got to understand is when this man is growing, you're gonna see him fine tuning in these different areas. So everything gonna get a little sharper. Let's say he used to snap a little bit, get a little frustrated, get a little flustered. Boom, he get a little nasty attitude. Say something slick out the mouth. You check him on it. You call him out. Hey, don't talk to me like that. I don't appreciate that. That's not gonna fly. Then boom, boom. Next time, take him a little longer before he snap. Next time, take him a little longer. Next time, take him a little longer. Next time, before you know it, it's like he ain't snapping no more. And when I say snap, I don't mean like going crazy or nothing like that. I'm talking about just getting beside itself, getting a little attitude, getting a little slick out the mouth. So it's like, man, okay, what's going on with you now, Playboy? Like, man, he growing. Like he not nitpicking like he used to. He ain't doing all the stuff he used to do, and like he changing. Like, okay, right, okay. That's so the growth looks like making changes. It's one thing to apologize, it's one thing to recognize, it's one thing to identify, but growth means you change. Growth means that you're not staying the same. So if you say, hey, what I want to have a conversation, like, what do you need from me? And I want to talk about what I need from you, and let's just kind of put it out there, and let's help each other, serve each other, love on each other, and what have you. So you say that right there. Okay. So now he expressed to you, well, I need this. You express to him, I need this. Well, growth gonna look like him doing what he said, what you said you needed. And then you leading with growth too, because you doing what he said he needed. As long as it's fair and equitable, meaning that it's different if, like, you can't go to him and say, hey, I need you, I want you to buy me a Rolls Royce. And he ain't no 50 million now. Like, okay, you being ridiculous. Or him coming to you and saying, hey, well, I want us to have threesomes because, if you want me to stay faithful, then you need to give me threesomes. That's ridiculous. So neither one of y'all are asking the other person to compromise their morals, their values, just where they at. You're not asking for that type of compromise. That's not what you want. That ain't what you're doing. So you having a legitimate conversation where it's on the up and up. It's real. It's raw. It's relatable. But you being honest. Like it's something that's real. Y'all forgive me. Let me prompt this next prompt. Y'all sorry, it probably went dark because that other screen got a black background. So that's what I want you to realize and think about. Really get to that place. Really get to that place. Get that understanding. And be able to see that not all potential is created equal, but everybody is created with potential. So, and potential got an equal production, not just for him, but for you too. Because this is what you got to understand too. You ain't the only one choosing. Beggars can't be choosers, but you ain't the only one choosing. So he choosing too. He got to choose you. So what happened is humans get complacent. Women get complacent just as men get complacent. A lot of women get in a relationship and let themselves go. So now what that man supposed to do? So it's like you growing as a woman, the woman may be growing emotionally and whatnot, mentally, but then wanting the man to grow emotionally and mentally, but then the man want the woman to grow physically, meaning keep her body up, keep herself together. And the man like, well, hold on now, you letting yourself go, but you requiring growth from me, but you ain't growing. So you want me to grow in the areas you want me to grow, but you don't want to grow in the areas I want you to grow. And it ain't gonna fly. It ain't gonna work. But hey, it's Tony Gaskins. God bless you. Keep your head up. All the important links in the description. Tell all the singles join us on Destiny. You also, if you sharing it, you can it's also the Destiny app. because it is a date with destiny. So we got the .com, the destinyapp.com. If you in LA and you happen to see a Tesla, a white Tesla with the destinyapp.com on it, take a picture of it for me and DM it to me on Instagram or send it to my email or something like that. Take a whole picture of it for me. Cause I want to see that they actually doing what they say they supposed to be doing now. What we done paid them for. So I think 4 weeks, we're gonna have it being driven around LA. And I'm excited about it. So yeah. But hey, keep your head up, keep going. All the important links in the description. Keep grinding. God bless you. And we're gonna be in touch.